So our topic this morning is everyone's story matters, and we bring this up today, myself and Kylie, because it's something important to realize as we move through anything in life, especially when we're in the fastest growing crowd company. It's probably even more important because sometimes we can get so involved inside about what's happening inside moving forward that we can forget that every single person's journey is different. How different? Well, from the very unique features that we have, our fingerprints, how we look, our mannerisms, our personality, our life experiences. And so it's always good just to pause for a moment or so and to think, you know what, it's not just about me, it's about everyone. We need to think bigger than ourselves, because it's about what we all can learn and appreciate things about everyone. And if we don't, we can get trapped into what we think and how we think should go. And it's usually based on our drive, our goals, our vision, our dreams. But it's what I like to do is to think, step back and just remember everyone is different. Everyone is moving at a different pace, and it's taken time for us to get where we are, and it'll take time for others to get to where they are going as well. I want to encourage everybody to remember our own journey of how we got to where we are, because this will help us to season any words of advice that we will give with grace to other people. So don't measure your progress by using someone else's ruler. For example, when I'm sharing, and hopefully I do this well most, if not all times, I'm always thinking, when I'm sharing this, whatever it is this just about me and where I am, or is this about everyone? And so, for example, if I'm going to be sharing about getting people on any particular Zoom or whatever like this, right us here in front of us, if I've got about 7,000 people underneath me, now you'll never hear me saying, hey, pushing other people to do it hard out, because I look and I say, there's not 7,000 of my people on here. There's not 100 people of my people on here. There is some, there could be 5 to 10 of who's inside my group. So I always will season what I share to know that, I do my best to bring my group here, to inspire, to encourage them, but I will never push further than what's actually happening inside my group. You know why? Because I'm thinking, if I can't do it then I'm not going to expect others to do it. But what I do is I want to leave people feeling better than when they came on, not feeling worse and like they're a failure, that they can't make it. No, it's about all of us realizing that there's a different journey for everyone. And so I really want to encourage you to not measure your progress using someone else's ruler. And this, what I was saying just a moment ago, is be gracious, be very gracious with how we treat others, and we afford ourselves a lot. Maybe sometimes we don't. Maybe we beat ourselves up, but let's not be the people that will beat others up with whatever we're saying. Let's be like honey, be sweet to the soul and healing to people's bones, because people come on to communities not because of information, not just because of success, but they will come on initially maybe because of that, because they want to change their lives. But remember that they want to change their lives. And so we want to help people to continually to change their lives, to move forward from where they are, where they've been, to somewhere more special. Financially, yes, but more than that, we want people to move forward to somewhere where they can become more whole, feel accepted, and part of a community that will outlive even us. And I remember when I've been part of other groups in the past years, and I looked at the best ones of them all, and I went, man, I love this particular group. And one of them was an Asian group. Wow, I love how they operate compared to my part of the world, because they would really come in together and they would celebrate together and they would do things together. And it wasn't about this locality and that locality. It was about everyone as a whole. And that's what I love about the community that we build here. Again, using myself, hopefully you'll never hear me say, I am so happy with my particular team. They're doing so awesome and all that. You know why? Because if I talk about my team being awesome and so great, it's fantastic, you know what? It's not necessarily helpful for the whole. Not everyone wants to hear, well, great that your team's doing well, but what about all of us? So, we don't want to, I won't lift myself up so that others will intentionally or unintentionally feel bad or feel like they have to compete with me. No, I'll do my best to say, we're all in together. Maybe that's part of my heritage, growing up in a mixed family. Maybe that's part of growing up in an insecure background and learning to be secure and seeing other people left out. I'm always looking to embrace and bring people together and to share graciously so that others will feel like it's sweetness. Most times, I don't get it right all the time, but sweetness so that they will continually to grow. So be gracious, season our words with grace so that other people will leave, like I said, lighter, not heavier, they're moving towards success, not that they're going to feel, I feel so much heavier after being on that particular Zoom presentation or training today. Remember that we are all in this together. So it's important to listen well to other people's story. We talk about when we're approaching people before they join the business and listening to their pain. And that's important to listen to other people's pain, because why? That's how we will better able to give the truest and most heartfelt solutions to those persons, right? And we believe it's crowd one. That's one of the big solutions that we have, or the ultimate solution we're offering them when we're talking to them. And that'll be the answer to their lives. Sometimes we forget that once people join our thing, and we're talking about our platform today, and greater, and we forget about the pain. We start to give solutions without listening. And when we do that, we lose something. We lose something of community, and we lose something of the specialness of the people that that we first helped to come in. And it's really important to remember that everyone has pain points. The other week I shared something very precious, if you're on the very precious to me, relating to my daughter, and suddenly doors on people's hearts open more, doors on people's minds open more, and so in what it said is, oh, I never knew that, about what was happening in Stephen's life, and it's like that in your life and other people's lives. Is we don't know what's happening in other people's lives until they actually share it. And so again, season our words of grace, because you don't know what's happening, what's going on inside another person unless they share it with you, and they won't share it with you if they feel like they are in a place where they're going to be judged. So appreciate and acknowledge others for where they're at and the progress that you know about them, or that they're sharing, because every little step counts. Every little step counts. Remember, you and I may be in massive momentum, or we may be in small. It doesn't matter. We've got people from team leader 2 to director 3 that share on here. One of the persons I love most is team leader 2, Marie Tukarangi. And some people might say, you know what, you've got to get up to, ambassador 3 or go home. You know what? Watch the words sometimes that we say. You say that, you've just lost most of the community. Not everybody wants to be or can get to ambassador 3. That's the truth. That's the reality. But they've got big hearts, and no matter what hits them. And for her, Marie found out, for example, as you know, most of you would know, she went through cancer. Finding that out, she took 24 hours off. Who would take 24 hours off building a business, setting up an event to commiserate, to share with her loved ones, to pull herself together, and then come back without telling us, and then say, hey, what happened? And then she goes, oh, I just had to take 24 hours because I found out this terrible thing that happened in my life, and now I'm better, and let's go on. That's the type of sharing. You go, wow, it should stop your heart for a moment and to go, wow, you know what? I need to season my words of grace. I need to be more aware of what's people going on and not drive people the way that I'm driven, because different things drive different people. And her heart helps her to become of what she's done inside offline events, as well as what she was doing for over 6 months, leading one of our production hour groups. And you never want to leave the pressures of such people just because we're trying to measure them by our own ruler. No, let them grow in their journey as you and I grow in our journey. There are always going to be things that will help us to move forward, always be things that will help them to move forward. But if we respect, honor, be courteous, be more sensitive to other people's needs, you know what? Our community will grow better. And last of all is that you see in front of here, you never feel better than when you start feeling good after you've been feeling bad. And there's a lot of people that have come on here at the beginning of our session said, you know what, I wasn't going to come on today, but then when I heard that music, or when I heard that word, or that particular thing that was just shared by that particular person, you know what, it did something into me. It opened my heart. It took me from a negative place to a positive place. And I'm so glad that I came on, because if I hadn't, I don't know where I would have been. We've had that happen many, many times. And it doesn't matter if there's 10 people or 100 people. You know what? Jesus had 12 people, 12 close people. One of them even betrayed him, and he knew that. And so, but he never said, oh, I've only got 12. He specifically chose them, yeah, and knew one of them wasn't such a great apple, but he didn't throw them out just because there were few. He had close people, and he had the multitudes. And we'll have close people, we'll have a close community, and we'll have the multitudes. And I would say and encourage and exhort that whenever people come into our sessions, they should always leave with less burdens than more, inspired rather than being tired, and eager to come back for more, to say, man, I love that session. I love how it makes me feel when I come to that group, because I'm included, I'm embraced, I feel lighter, not heavier, inspired, not tired, and ready to move forward a bit more in this business as well as in my life in general.